This is Dr. David Shine, and welcome to Business Law 101. And keep in mind that the consideration does not have to be an exact match with what you're getting. In fact, most of us would like to say that we're good negotiators and we're going to get a better deal than the person who's dealing with us. That's what makes us a good negotiator. So it doesn't have to be equal. And in fact, a special form of contract is a deed. I give you my property, you give me my money, you give me money. Special form of contract, a deed. The old deeds used to recite for $1 and other good and valuable consideration. What's interesting, at some point in the last 30 years or so, we changed that to be $10 and other good and valuable consideration. For a deed to be recordable and valid in this most of the United States, it does not have to recite the actual consideration, but it cites $10 because it wants to show that there was some consideration paid. Now, the reason that works is because when you go to closing, most of us are going to get what's called a HUD-1 form if we're doing a residential closing, and we're going to be told what the financial terms of the deal are. There's going to be a deed of trust parallel to the deed. The deed transfers legal ownership of the property. The deed of trust records any type of a lien or mortgage against the property. So as I mentioned a moment ago, is that generally speaking, adequacy of consideration is not a reason to avoid it unless there's fraud or unless there's something unconscionable. Remember, here in Texas, we have the Texas Deceptive Trade Practices Act, the Texas DTPA. Some of you may have seen Professor Richard Alderman over at the from the University of Houston Law School. He retired a few years ago, but he used to be a regular, I think, on Channel 2 locally, who would talk about the Texas DTPA in order to inform us as consumers about our rights under this strong pro-consumer statute. A very special benefit to the Texas DTPA is that it does protect small businesses, and small is pretty liberal. It's up to $25 million is a small business and can qualify for protection. Here's an important concept, though. The concept that a deal is unconscionable is largely going to be only for an individual consumer. As business people, we're expected to be more sophisticated on our own. Also, we have the normal opportunity to involve our lawyers. And so we should not get into bad deals because we have business smarts and we have access to good legal help. This is Dr. David D. Shine for Business Law 101. If you've enjoyed this episode, please subscribe on your favorite platform.